I'm going to walk you through the installation of the J&L oil separator for your Ford F-150 Raptor R. Including the J&L kit is a fully assembled oil separator with quick connect fittings, a mounting bracket, mounting hardware. The tools you'll need for installation is a 15mm wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's get started. Our first step is locating and removing our factory PCV line on the passenger side valve cover. It's this line right here. This is at the PCV valve, loops under these lines and connects to the supercharger behind the throttle body. There are blue tabs on these connections. You're going to pull the blue tab towards the front of the engine and then lift up on the fitting. And then you'll do the same at the supercharger. These are those tabs to release the fitting. Be gentle with these, they will break and snap. So you only need to remove it just that much and then pull up on the fitting. Next, we're going to mount our mounting bracket. Off the battery tray, there is a hole in the front of it. You may also notice on the front edge, there's like a little casting mark, a little teeny tiny raised edge on that you can actually rub down either with the bracket or with a razor blade. This one's already been done, but it doesn't stick out very far. It's literally just from the casting of the tray. You could also choose to do nothing with that, but you're going to put the bolt in through the back side of that hole, slide the bracket over, and then thread the nut on the front. This nut and bolt are serrated, so they will bite into this bracket and they'll bite into the plastic of the tray. So with that said, all you'll need is just a single wrench because you can hold the bolt on the back side. And we're just going to snug this up. Go. Now grab your oil separator assembly. You'll notice that the logos are facing the same direction. Just align those. You're going to take the supplied screws and fasten the bracket to the oil separator. Start your screws by hand. Now we just need to make our connections. This longer hose with the straight fitting is going to go to the supercharger. It's going to go underneath these two coolant pipes, past the bypass valve, and you'll hear it click on to the supercharger connection. And then your connection at the valve cover will be your other line. These fittings rotate 360 degrees, so if it's facing the wrong direction, like that, don't twist the line all up and kink it. Just rotate your fitting as needed to make your connection. Now our connections disconnect a little differently than the factory. They have a push button on them. It literally says push. So on the supercharger, you see this button here. So if you ever needed to remove this, you just push this button in and remove the fitting. The one on the valve cover, being it's pointed down, you could either remove it from the bracket so you can rotate this line completely around, or if you lift up on this coil cover here, you can get underneath of it and press that button and get it off. And that coil cover is just in rubber grommets. You can push it right back into place and snap it into place. Now that completes your installation. What we suggest is that you check your oil separator after 1,000 miles of driving. You could check it earlier if you'd like. These 5.2 motors put a decent amount of oil into these things, as we've seen in the GT500 platform previous to this Raptor. So you definitely want to keep an eye on it. Average collection rate, I would say, is about an ounce and a half every 1,000 miles. The can holds 3 ounces. Depending on what you're doing in the driving, it's going to be a matter of how fast it collects. So if you're being hard on the vehicle, you know, expect more oil in the oil separator. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one.